now, and now we are officially recording. So happy Saturday to everybody. Welcome to our Zoom training, Saturday training call. These usually last for about an hour. The content on these things are absolutely insane. It's like being able to sit in your, if you've been fortunate enough to be at our regional training event, you know that the content on here is basically taking a full day of RTE and squeezing it into 1 hour. So do not take this for granted. I got my pen, I got my paper out. I always make sure TV's off, everything is off. So if you're in a quiet area or if you're driving or whatever, just make sure that you are listening in. Make sure you have a notepad and paper out, pen out, so you guys are able to take notes. A lot of solid nuggets. We got two rock stars that flagship is called each and every single week. Absolute beast. A part of GPN, Get Paid Nation, and these guys, having them each and every Saturday, we cannot take that for granted at all. So make sure you guys are paying attention and make sure you guys are listening in for the next hour, because there's one thing or two things or 3 nuggets, 4 nuggets, 5 nuggets, whatever it is. It'll allow you to be able to take your business to the next level. So I got a few more people I got to mute real quick that just got on the call. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce our first trainer. Man, this guy is a straight beast. Him and his wife has hit the rank of national marketing director. They are inches away from the top level of our company, man. And let me tell you, talk about well-deserved. For the last 7 years, him and his wife have been able to make over $1 million with this concept. He saw this when he was 22 years old, and he was actually going to school to be a doctor at the time. And it's crazy story, but I'm gonna let him kind of get on here and kind of finish it off. But someone who I've been talking to daily now, and someone who I've been able to build a solid relationship with over the last few years. Him and his wife are also trainers as well. They're able to fly around and all over North America. Company flies them around and be able to train thousands and thousands of people at a time. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is the content and the value on these calls each and every Saturday. You do not want to take it for granted, and especially from these two rock stars too as well. So without further ado, Dr. David Helgison, did you make the call, brother?
Hey, Mike, I did. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you, as always. Thanks for getting all this organized and set up and hosting every week. And happy Saturday to everybody. Thanks so much for jumping on. Obviously, we could all be doing a whole bunch of different things as we get our weekend kicked off. We take your time very serious on these. Super excited to share the stage here today with one of my best friends, Regional Marketing Director, 100K full-time WorldVentures earner, Mr. Austin Grate, one of the best trainers we got in the company as well. Whether you just got started in the last couple of days, maybe been in for several years, every week we do these calls, same exact time, same number, with the goal being simple. We want to get your week kicked off in a very positive way. You get paid in WorldVentures for what you do from Friday to Friday. So anybody that made a sale up until Friday or yesterday at midnight, you'll be having a check coming this Friday. Anything you do from now till this next Friday pays you the following week. So, we believe how you start your week is going to dictate how big of a paycheck you're going to end the week with. And so, Austin and I, we pride ourselves. We don't want to give things that sound good in theory or just, sounds good to say. We want to give you things that we're actually doing, things that in the field are working right here, right now, where if you go and apply it today, it definitely can dictate how big of a paycheck you're going to have this following week. So, again, there's a lot of brand new people on here. The numbers continue to climb. I appreciate you guys for coming on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen and kind of just give you a quick overview of what we have with the membership wise. Whether you're brand new and you don't even know really what you got your hands on, I'll kind of walk you through a quick crash course on how you can play around with the membership yourself. I believe this is the best membership we have on the planet. Take the business out. I'd get rid of a gym membership. I'd get rid of Netflix, Tanny membership. I'd get rid of a whole bunch of memberships before I get rid of this membership because of the value that is there. So whether you're brand new, I'll kind of walk you through that. Or again, for those of you who've been in for a while, make sure you give some sort of quick 5-minute crash course to your new people so they know what it is that they just bought. So let me share my screen. I'll go through that, and then I'll bring my good buddy Austin on, and we'll kind of get into some how-tos with the business side of things as well. So Again, the app is called Dream Trips, or you can just go to dreamtrips.com and understand we have won World Travel Awards year after year on continent after continent. So this is not on trial. WorldVentures has been around for 13 years. We did $2 billion in sales the last 3 years, and we have over 1 million members worldwide. So again, if you get the app or you just go to dreamtrips.com, you'll have access to everything that you just got. Just like you have a Netflix membership and you get to use that to watch all the different shows and movies. When you log on to your Dream Trips account, you log into the top right-hand corner. Most of your ID number is going to start with the number 3 in the password you set up, and it's going to show you all the different things. So the 3 things that I would go play around with this weekend if I was a brand new person, I want you to focus on Dream Trips, Anytime Escapes, and Dream Trips rewards. So you can see Dream Trips here in the top. Right next to that says Anytime Escapes. Look right above that, it says Dream Trips rewards. Those are the 3 main things that you're going to get some value right away out of your membership. So a Dream Trip is a trip we put together for you. So it's going to be very VIP feel. You can sort it by region, by type, when it's going. They're on set days, and it'll include a bunch of really cool stuff, maybe meals or excursions. A lot of times there's a host on there. Again, very VIP feel. You don't have to really do much planning, and you're getting insane value for what you're going to go and get. So there's thousands of these we put together. We release new ones every single week. For example, let's say you click on wine tasting in California. So like I said, it'll be set on set days, but it'll tell you all these other things that are included beyond just your stay. Like this one had a full day wine tour. There's a host that's there. They throw you a party a lot of times that has free drinks and stuff so you can meet other members. Really cool feel. And then understand the money you spend to become a member, you get to use that towards these trips. So Expedia's full price, for example, because you're a member, you're getting a discount. And the money that you spend to become a member lets that discount be even deeper yet. So if you had 225 points, that's like taking $225 off of that already discounted price. Now, in Anytime Escape is right in the name. It's more flexible on when you want to go. So you can book these basically anytime the resort has a room available. So let's say you want to go to the Dominican Republic. We have a trip where you can stay at a presidential suite, food, drinks, and your hotel stay for only $59 a person a night, which I can't even do staying at my own house in Minneapolis, yet alone getting to go to the DR. But you would be able to pick whatever dates you want to go on, and it'll show you right there where you can go and choose that. And then if you want something really, really flexible, our Dream Trips reward site lets you basically do whatever kind of travel you're going to do, but not have to pay full price. So let's say you want to go get a hotel somewhere, whether that's for a wedding, a couple hours away from your house this summer, or, even just making your own vacation if you want something even more broad spectrum. Like I typed in Vegas in May, for example, and there's 49 different hotels you get to make cheaper. So they're showing you the best public price, and then what we are doing with our reward site. So again, you're using those rewards credits to make that price cheaper. Like if you want to stay at the 4-star Westgate Hotel, it's right on the Strip. I stayed there back in over Halloween weekend this past year, and that's where like the big sports book is. Like when you see the Super Bowl odds and everything, like that's the sports book that like sets all that stuff. Really cool place. We're getting it for $59 a night total, which is really, really cool. And then whether you want to get a cruise, a car rental, literally this is a screenshot I did when my wife and I were in California earlier. So Expedia was $243, we got it for $216. So again, sometimes you're going to save, a few bucks, sometimes you're going to save hundreds, depending on what you're going to go and do. But again, if you just play around on the website, you're going to realize that, worst case scenario, the money you're spending, you're using to take a trip you already want to take anyways. Best case scenario, you can plug into the business side if that's something you choose to do and grow that as well. But again, I think we have the coolest membership in the world. I mean, if you have a gym membership, doesn't matter if it's the best gym in the world, if you don't go use it, why are you paying for it? There's a lot of people that got excited in January, got that gym membership, might not have been there since. We're already into almost May now. So again, even a Netflix membership, if you don't go watch the shows on there, you're wasting your $15 a month. Here, it's like a vacation savings account. All that money you're putting in, you're going to use it on trips you already want to do anyway. So it's just forcing you to save up to go get out of your hometown, out of your home state, out of the region of the country that you live in, and go see something else. And again, you're getting to do it more at a wholesale price instead of that retail price as well. So again, again, just go to dreamtrips.com, download the app Dream Trips, play around, find something for you. I really believe if you even spend 5 minutes looking into that, you're going to find all kinds of cool stuff you're going to want to do anyways. So with that being said, I want to bring on, like I said, one of my really, really good friends. This is a gentleman that him and his wife were in my wife and I's wedding. Likewise, we were in theirs, and we did not know each other before WorldVentures. So, the bonds and just the friendships you're going to create along the way, get to travel with some really cool people is definitely, maybe, in my opinion, one of the best things you're going to get out of this company. But this gentleman is one of the best trainers we've got in our entire company as well. Mr. Austin Grate, did you make the call, bro?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me okay, David?
Hey, loud and clear, bro. Take it away.
Rock and roll. What up, family? Thank you guys for hopping on. This is such a beautiful technology. This is such, it's crazy. Like each week, I love seeing the new faces hop on and, being able to connect all over the globe, for real, like all over the globe, and hearing the different cities come onto this call. And, that just kind of takes me back a little bit. And on this call, we're going to cover inviting and what to do when you really get started on the business side. We like to cover the membership, but we also like to cover, more of a representative training as well, because I think a lot join as a rep to build the business too. So I just remember it was so crazy. Like just last week, somebody in our organization was able to get their 4, and I did not know the person. And I truly remember 5.5 years ago, like while I was driving a skid loader, plowing snow, thinking, man, like one day, I'll have that will happen in my team. Someone's going to join my team that I didn't know. Like I'm going to have over 30 people in my organization. And I think what got me and David to where we're at today, and a lot of other leaders that are on this call as well, is that we started with that in mind. See, we didn't dream about getting our 4. We dreamed about other people getting their 4 that were in our organization. And when you start building the business like that, more so than just to get your 4 or, just to get that first residual check, I think it opens up like, I don't want to like say like the universe or like opens up good vibes, but you know what I'm saying? It just allows people to start coming into your organization. It allows people, you have to have the mindset, you got to have the vision that's big enough to fit them into that. For the, big enough to fit the Eugenes in there, big enough to fit the Larrys and the Kevins and the Michaels and the Steves. And, it's big enough to fit those people in your goals and dreams. And how's the saying go? Like, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have whatever you want. And it's not really just, I stopped talking about like me or you, or I stopped using those words. And it's just about us. Like the better that we can get together, the faster and the bigger that our company can grow. And it's just so powerful, because every time we go to these trainings, like I am business partners with Wayne Nugent. I am business partners with David Helgison. And it's like so exciting to me, because I don't feel like I'm in a company. I don't feel like I'm in a company. And when you get to that level of mindset, your business will explode so fast, because it's so much bigger than being in a company. It's like, it's our company. And I think that's how I'm able to build this business so passionately, when getting started. So for a lot of the new people getting on, like, what does it look like? I mean, I know a lot don't have their 4 on this call. So how do you get your 4? And I want to start with just that basics. And what does it look like when I personally sign someone up? And me and David are going to piggyback off this as well. Also, any questions, go ahead and drop those in the call. But when I get started, I truly, truly believe if me and David sit down with somebody, we're going to sign up, I would say comfortably about 6 to 8 out of 10, probably more on the 7 to 8 out of 10. Like, I truly, truly believe that. If they sit down with me or David, especially if we're together, and we show the presentation, the key is getting them to see the information the right way. You just be like blasting out Zoom links or just inviting like just a half-ass invite, right? It's all about the quality of them seeing that information. And when they see it the right way, family, I'm telling you, like, you're going to get 7 to 8 out of 10. Now, once you do that, I always say, most importantly, we're going to get your 4. But when you get started today, and you can literally redo this whenever you want. Every time I go to a training event, me and my wife, Whitney, we literally have another list of 50 some people that we can show this business to. Where do they come from? I don't know, but they show up on paper. All right. So when I get started, I simply say, like right now, if I'm talking to Kevin, I say, Kevin, where's your ultimate bucket list? Like, where would you go if money wasn't an option? And I can see him start to think, and consciously we all think about money first. Why? It hits us first, like what? Something that blocking our way. And it's like, okay, I want to go to Hawaii. All right, well, think in your head, who are the top 10 friends that you would have the most fun in Hawaii with? Like, shut your brain off. You just hit the lottery. Top 10 people. Don't worry about dream trips. Don't worry about WorldVentures. Just Hawaii. Top 10 people in your life. Like, we can all go make a new list of that right there. And I say, dude, Kevin, if me and you right now, we write down that list of 10. I say, if we show them what you just saw, I personally believe we're going to get 6 to 8 out of 10. Most importantly, we're going to get your 4. And of those 4, just with the list of 10, is it safe to say that we could get those 4 people to make a list of 10 friends they want to take to Las Vegas? So just with one sign up right there, just one, that was helping one person get their 4. That's a list of 50 exposures that I can do off of just one referral. Just one referral. That's it. And if they really want to build the business, this is the second list that really gets them going. See, when I sign somebody up, before I push them to try to be an IMD, I have to genuinely find out what they want out of the business. See, if I'm pushing them to try to hit RMD and they just want to be a member that has their fees waived, see, that's not going to work. So what I mean by that is we just got to help them by understanding what they want out of the business. Maybe if they can get to $500 a month residually, that'll change everything. So we're going to need a little bit bigger list. So the second list I have making is another list of 10. Who are the top 10 people in your mind that are already business owners, that are already in sales, that are already in communications? Who do you know that's working 2 jobs? Okay. Who do you know that's serving? Who do you know that's selling cars? Okay. These are memory joggers. And if in your head, if you're thinking I'm making good money, you're already programming yourself to fail. You can't think like that. See, nobody was setting their goal sheet in high school and college and was like, man, mom and dad had 2 jobs each and they provided for us so good. Like, nobody's goal growing up was to have 2 jobs. Like, nobody in there. I just made a post on Facebook or Instagram the other day. I said, it's okay to have multiple streams of income, but it's not okay to have 2 jobs. And, I understand that we have to pay the bills, but the only reason we got a second job is to make up for the lack of income that one was providing. And that's where WorldVentures was able to fit into my life, just like an absolute perfect puzzle when it came to fitting that in, because it's a home-based business. I'm in my home. This is base. We can share it on the nights and weekends and truly just fit that and sculpt it around your lifestyle. It's the most beautiful thing you'll ever do in your life if you can master the skills that it takes to win here. And these type of calls right here, I mean, people are still hopping on this, almost 200 now. You're doing what it takes. And I think that what have we been talking about, David? Like, the theme of this call, right, is to win the day and play to win. And when you work with that in mind, it's going to start to go really, really fast.
Yeah, and I loved how you put that, Austin, because in the beginning you start to think about, man, I just really want to get my fees waived. Yep. And we start so small. My wife and I got started 7.5, almost 8 years ago. And I promise you, my goal was not to, take this to national marketing director or replace what I was going to make as a chiropractor or anything. Like, my brain started very, very small, and it's kind of expanded over the years. But yeah, it's a lot more fun to see somebody on your team who you never even met before go get there for. Like I remember talking with $1 million earner Eric Grzerbowski, and he said his goal and his dream was to show up to a big national event, somebody that he's never met before, to come up, shake his hand and say, hey, Mr. Grzerbowski, great to meet you. My name's so-and-so. I've listened to all of your audios. I actually just hit international marketing director. I'm going to be walking stage here at the event. I'm on your team. And he said, so expand your mind, not even for you to, let's say, go hit director. Imagine you start having directors on your team that you never even met until they're walking stage on an event. That's how much bigger this can get. And again, that's one of our goals with these calls, just to help you see it's a little bigger picture. See, maybe you sat down with your friend at their house, or you got on a Zoom call with, one other person, or you came out to an event, maybe there was 20 people, at a back room of a restaurant, and you start to realize, wow, this is a lot bigger than just what's happening in my own hometown. And so we like to show people a little bigger version of that. And then, here, I'll just reshare my screen, Austin. Let's just go right back to the basics on, exactly what you're talking about. Again, this system works. What did Austin just say? You want to invite the top 10 people that know you the best and trust you the most. The exact way my wife and I say it is exactly how Austin just put it. Like, if you want a free trip to Vegas and everything was included, like let's say you want a radio sweepstakes, flights included, bottle service at the club, front row show tickets, you're in a villa on the strip, all you got to do is tell them the 10 people that are coming with you, and they all get to come for free. Who are you bringing? See, if you show those kind of people, the chances are we're going to get more of them to say yes than say no. If you bring us your best friend in the world, there's a pretty good chance they want to take a vacation or would love to work and do a business with you. If you bring a random stranger you've never met before, the odds are a lot lower of them getting started. Now, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. You're not going to say the wrong thing to the right person, but we're all doing this in our spare time, so give yourself the best chance to win with the little amount of time and effort you're going to put in. So our crash course on inviting, very simple. Be excited, and you're not the one answering a bunch of questions, okay? So you want to invite your friends, but not explain it to your friends. Think of like going to a movie. You're going to invite them to watch the movie, and you'll sit in theaters and watch it with them, so to speak. You're not going to give the ending of the movie away, okay? So what you're trying to do is find a time these top 10 kind of people are free. So shoot them a text, call, Instagram message, however you would normally talk to them anyways. Find a time that they're free. And then let them know you're excited to share something with them. So I don't get into every detail of what it is, but I'm going to let them know I'm excited to talk to them about something. Our go-to line is, I'm super excited. I have an idea I want to run by you. You can say, I got something you got to see. I got a big announcement. I got something important I want to talk about. The point is, I'm not explaining every detail of what's going on. I'm simply letting them know, my friend, family member, neighbor, coworker, I'm letting them know I'm excited about something and I want to share it with them. Now, if you want to get them on Zoom, find the time they're free, tell them you want to show them something, and then the last step is just say, download Zoom. It's like FaceTime, but I can share my screen. So you're going to get them a meeting ID number, either one that you have, just like we're on this ID number. Everyone, when you log into Zoom, you have your own ID number. Or you just click join me, create meeting. It'll give you a different one every time. Or have one of the people that got you started or somebody else that's been in longer than you help you with one of the presentations. On Zoom, we literally do the entire presentation in 5 minutes. 6 minutes if I'm talking long-winded. Your job is not to over-explain everything. It's to give them enough information to make a simple $150 decision. We all understand we spend $150 on a lot dumber things than taking a vacation or even being able to start a business, right? Like, you can't start a hot dog stand for $150, but you can run an international business from your phone, from your computer, and right from your home or from a beach anywhere in the world with this company. So again, you're in business for yourself, but you don't have to do it by yourself. We'll help you, in inviting people. If you have questions, we'll help you with that. Understand there's a team here that will help you go through it, help your friends get started, and then we'll teach them how to do the same thing. But it starts with you just getting it in front of the people that know you the best and trust you the most.
Yeah, great job, David. And I want to kind of touch on that also. I thought someone in the comments said, like, what if your people won't sit down with you after you help them? Okay. That probably is one of the things that drive me the most insane when getting started, right? It's like, you did all the things right. You put the work in, you did the meeting, they signed up, and then they don't answer your call, or they don't show up to the weekly meeting, or they don't hop on the Saturday calls, right? Like, it's frustrating. David, has that ever happened to you? That never happens to David. Helgison does it. No, not David. Right? Of course that happens to all of us, but here's what I got good at, okay? One is just mastering these skills. If you really pay attention, these Zoom calls really have the same circle of like training and topic every single week, because all we have to do is master those skills. And when you sharpen that axe and get good at that one thing, like if you asked me what I do for a living today, I would say like, I'm going to switch my Instagram name to like professional vacation inviter. Like I just got good at inviting people on vacation. I didn't even have to go. I just invited them on vacation, and I just started to master those skills over and over and over and over again. And, and like what David said is like, you have to play with the end in mind. Like you can't possibly think in your head that you're going to win if the monthly fee comes out next month and you're going to quit because of the monthly fee. Like, dude, you missed the boat. Like you're missing the boat. You know, it's just, you have to think bigger than that. You can't think like, if I don't get my 4 in X amount of time, then I'm going to quit. You're missing the boat. You got to see a bigger picture. And what I understood is I played the long-term game and saying, hey, I'm going to give it my all. Now watch this. When I give it my all, you can't be frustrated with yourself. You have to control your mindset and emotions. Like, don't be upset with yourself when you did your best. So when you sign someone up and they don't answer your call again or whatever, maybe they want a membership and they thought they wanted to build the business, but they don't. And now they're not responding as much. And it's affecting you with your next prospect more than it's affecting that person that's already in. So when you just know in your heart that you did your best every day, like, did you half-ass the day? Like, did you only make one call and he didn't answer? So they thought they knew that you were doing a pyramid scheme and now you won't call your other best friend and all this other crap that you tell yourself in your head. It ain't freaking real. It ain't real. It is not real. So get up, work your ass off. Okay. Work your freaking butt off, man. And just do the best that you can do. And if you genuinely go to bed at night and you close your eyes and you're like, man, you know, I did my follow-up calls. I did the presentation. I got in 5 presentations. I got in 1 presentation on my off day after I put the kids together and the dog threw up and I had to take the other cat to the vet and all this noise going in your life. But if you did your stuff and you really just genuinely did the best that you know that you can do how to do, listen, you're learning. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. Guess what? That's how you know you're growing. Do you think if it just felt so good to get rejected and have no one answer your calls and texts that like no, it doesn't feel good. That's the growth. That's like what it takes to push you in your mindset. Uncomfortable. That's the moving forward. That's called growth. It's supposed to feel like that. Like if you don't feel uncomfortable, like if you don't feel, I mean, when me and David started these calls, like I was like kind of nervous. I was like anxious to get on the call, but it was uncomfortable. How many people on this call have used Zoom all the time through high school and college? And it was just such a, you know, popular app growing up, and we knew how to share the screens and add the, like nobody knew how to do this stuff. Like we had to grow. You know how many hours David and myself and the other leaders on this call have spent on Zoom freaking talking to each other about nothing, trying to figure this damn thing out? Me too. Like that's growth, man. Like feel that, like grow with that, like build off of that and do your best. That's how you win the day. That's how you win the day. And I want to talk a little bit about multitasking with WorldVentures and also scheduling your life around WorldVentures in the beginning because it can be stressful. So that you have to understand to like let that sink in, and that's called growth. That's where it starts to build from.
Oh, that's good stuff, Austin. And so, yeah, we keep talking about win the day. For those of you that were at our international convention, we had people from literally all across the globe. I mean, we have people from, a couple different countries even on here, obviously all across the United States on this call. We had our international convention with thousands and thousands and thousands of people in LA just 2 weeks ago. And the last speaker, one of the top earners in our company, is a gentleman named Byron Schrag, talked about win the day. And I think that's a good thing real quick, just to reiterate. Someone can kind of type these 5 things in the comments too. But I'm seeing a lot of questions on, how do I do this part-time? Can you win part-time? What do I do if I'm stuck? How do I re-get something going? And I feel like a lot of those answers come right back to what are you doing to win the day? See, you can have a goal to go hit, whatever rank you want to do, or make whatever dollar amount, or have X number of people on your team. We have to start with right now, today, Saturday, April 27th. What are you doing today to start moving yourself in that right direction? So what Byron talked about, there's 5 things you can do. I'll just reiterate them really quick. And really, it comes down to 2 different components. I'll share them with you here in a second. So number 1, affirmations. Number 2, books. Number 3, audios. Number 4, touch 5 people. Number 5, show 1 person. Okay? So you need to know what you're trying to accomplish. Get it written down. Okay? Don't be afraid to say it out loud. Let your spouse know. Let your best friend know. Let your sponsor know what you're trying to accomplish, and make it clear what you're looking to go and do over this next couple days, couple weeks, couple months. What goal are you trying to accomplish? So you got to know that first. Then it comes down to plug in to become the leader that other people are going to want to follow. Listen to 15 minutes of a positive audio, a WorldVentures audio of somebody, that was speaking at a training event, teaching you more skill set, how to go and grow the business. Instead of turning the radio on, go and turn 15 minutes of something positive on. Read 10 pages of a good book, something that's going to instruct and inspire you. Again, if you want recommendations of audios and books, we can put those in the comments and stuff too. But again, that's stuff you can do personally. That's a personal development kind of thing. Then it also really comes down to, you need to put action. So you need to be inviting. If you're trying to figure out, okay, I'm stuck, how do I get something going? Or, why are some people having more success than others? It comes down to personal effort, okay? So your goal, the minimum thing is you need to reach out to at least 5 people. So when you touch 5 people, I mean, you're inviting 5 people to see what's going on today, to see what's going on this weekend. You're following up with someone you talked to last week to see if they're ready to get started this week. You're reaching out to 5 people, and your goal is to show at least 1 person a day. Now, what I was taught from the very beginning, and Austin was taught, you want to show 3 people a day. That's where the big money's at. I would tell you with Zoom, you can show 10 people a day, because you go through a quick 5-minute presentation. Someone's sitting at home in their living room in their underwear, and they get to see a quick presentation of what's going on. If they like it, they get started from there. Let me show you the visual and then I'll turn it back over to Austin. So really what this is coming down to, if you want to win the day, there are 2 things. You're right here at one line. You are trying to walk forward to your goal, okay? To walk forward to your goal, you're gonna have to put 1 foot in front of the other, okay? So this foot would represent the first 3 things: affirmations, books, and audience. This is personal development, okay? This foot represents it reaching out to at least 5 people per day. That's not, I show 1 person today and I don't talk to anybody else until this call next week. It's not, I reach out to 10 people today, but then I don't say anything to anybody until Wednesday. It's reaching out every day to at least 5 people, showing at least 1 person a day. Easy to do, but easy not to do. We got to take the action. See, there might be 2 different types of people that join your team. There might be the person that wrote down all their goals. They read their affirmations 53 times a day. They have read 22 John Maxwell books. They've listened to every WorldVentures audio, but they've never shown 1 person. That's great. They're taking a step forward with personal development, but really what they're doing is they're calling you frustrated because they're walking in circles like this. They're literally never getting anywhere. They are the most, educated person on the planet, but they've never shown anyone. Then there's people on the other hand, they show 30 people a day. They have no idea what they're doing. They don't plug into training calls. They've never read a personal development book in their life, but they're showing people ignorance on fire and no one's joining. They can't figure it out why, because they're doing nothing but action, but they're not working on the person they need to be. See, if you're going to accomplish the goal you want to have, you have to put 1 foot in front of the other. It takes both. So if you're stuck, if you're trying to figure out how to re-get something going, most likely you're lacking in one of those 2 areas, either working on yourself. So start plugging more into the personal development. Look in the mirror and go, why have the last 10 people said no to me? Have I done the presentation wrong? Or is it they're saying no to me and I need to work on becoming the person they'd want to follow? Because those same people that say no, there's a good chance somebody else, if they showed them, they would have said yes. So it's taking ownership. It's not the company's fault. It's not that there wasn't this specific trip at this specific day or at this specific price, or it wasn't, oh, I wish this slide would have said this instead of this. It's, okay, I got to take ownership. I'm going to become better. And then on the same time, it's not, I'm just really going to work on myself and really plug into personal development. You have to apply what, knowledge isn't power. The application of knowledge is power. So when you apply those two things, that's what Austin's talking about when you get uncomfortable. Some people need to get uncomfortable and open up a book and read something that's going to instruct and inspire, or turn the radio off on the way to work and listen to a positive audio. Some people are just going to have to, when we get off this call, actually go reach out to 5 people. They hear it every week, but they go, you know what, this week I'm actually going to take action and go and do it. But when you put one foot in front of the other, that's how you're going to keep moving in the way you want to go. And Austin, you hit it right on the head, man. It's just being willing to get uncomfortable. You know, when you expand your comfort zone, you're going to expand your wealth zone as well.
Have mercy. I think everybody is feeling how I'm feeling on this call right now. David, I'm stealing that, and I'm doing that little circle walk you did at the RTE this time. But I mean, you guys have to understand how good of an analogy that was alone right there. I mean, Dave, you know, you could be a trainer with the company one day, David, just one day. But I'm like speechless after that. If everyone just applied that right there to their business, like there should be 50 million trillion people on the call in WorldVentures that they just heard that part right there. It's so good. It blows my mind that more people aren't on the call to hear that. And you know, building the business from the beginning, you know, we're not IMDs yet. We're not $1 million earners yet. So me and David could literally do this call and like almost train each other. I think you feel like that too, bro, because we take so much from each other's different style of trainings and like learning, constantly learning. Never in my life do I say like, I'm done learning. Like there's always another level. So when it comes to scheduling the business and playing to win, when I asked myself why my business wasn't growing fast enough, I always said this. I said, how much money would you make if your team did exactly what you did today? How much money would you make if your team did exactly what you personally did today? But here's the key. Where the winners win and the leaders lead is they're able to do that over a consistent period of time without letting life take them out. And if you consistently do that, people see way better than they hear. Like, I don't care about your background and your resume here. I care about your action. So if your team did what you did today, they're watching you. You talking about building a business, this and that, and then you posting half-naked pictures on Facebook and you sharing this and that like crap on Facebook, and you know, it just kind of contradicts what you say. You can't do that. You can't, not that it's just about posting on Facebook, but they're watching you. You cannot hide your lifestyle anymore. You cannot hide your daily actions anymore, especially with the ones that are active on social media. Like you're burying your contacts and you wonder why they're not hitting you back. Okay. And then you want to post a motivational quote and think that like all these people are going to respond because you got a cool filter on your picture now. And oh my God, you're with somebody new. Like, stop that, man. How much money would you make if your team did what you did over a consistent period of time? Like you can't go to one RTE and then start posting all this motivational crap that's like totally fake and it's not you. Like people, that's like being in a real pyramid. That's like being in a sales organization. Wayne Nugent says it best. Get in. It's $150. Who gives a crap? Like, yes, that's a lot of money to some people, but like have the posture to like make that genuine decision. That's how we put people in so fast. So Wayne Nugent says, get in, get sold. This call, if this is your first call, this might help you get sold. You have to understand, not everyone's out to scam you. Like, is this a scam? Is this a scam? Oh, yes. And I called my best friend David first. I found a scam. Let me call my top 10 first. Like, shut up, man. Okay, get sold. Like, what you got to understand is that it's okay to get sold. You have to sell yourself on something, man. You got to get sold. Like, I love the word selling, and I'm starting to talk so much. Is this sales? Yes. Are you trying to sell me something? Yes. Is it good? If you liked it, would you buy it? Yes. Okay. What are you trying to show me? Yes. It's visual. Yes. Is it a network? Yes. Like, lead with that, man. And then once you get in and you get sold, the selling isn't selling. It's just work. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's just entrepreneurship, man. It's like why I'm so passionate about real estate and like, you know, being able to grow my wealth and help build a team. And it's like, that's what it's about. with the real estate that I'm doing right now, guess who I don't call about investing into real estate? My old freaking friends. None of them have money. None of them have money. Like, I can't call them to do real estate because it takes X amount of thousands of dollars to get started. I don't know if I showed David on one of my properties, the property tax is $2,300 on one property for the year. Like, it takes money to make money. So get in, get sold, find something that gets you sold. And you have to have desire behind that. Like what David was talking about, what it is, what you want. Like, you got to get up and freaking go after it. You got to know your goals. If you're just getting your 4, that's nothing, man. You have to join the business to accomplish something. We just bought our 3rd paid for vehicle with the company. Go look at my Facebook. We paid off Whitney's student loan debts for 5 years. She drove a shitty car for 5 years. She used to come home from our Tuesday meetings crying because other people on the team were driving newer cars to our Tuesday presentations, but we had a bigger goal in mind. And now she's pushing something really sexy. It's not really about like the car, but that was our goal. So we had desire. You have to have desire behind that with setting those goals so that when you're pushing, you have something to go for other than just a basic ass paycheck, which you know is going to come in every 2 weeks. You know what you're going to make, and you don't even have a shot to really scale that. And maybe you're in an industry that it does have a little opportunity to grow a little bit more, but who you helping? Like, how much money can you really make there? And that's what gets me so excited, because right now there's 184 people live on this call. It's multitasking. You have to get good at letting you can't let your emotions control your actions. You have to let your actions control your emotions. And when you start building with that and multitasking your life around there and giving it time, some of you guys are getting so frustrated. You've only been in with a few months or even a few years. You're not giving it time to work. Okay. The race, the personal development and the work, So where does that stop? Like, do you understand that it doesn't stop? That doesn't stop. You don't think Wayne Nugent is reading books and talking with other like multi-millionaires and billionaires about how to personally develop and grow this company? Like, he's getting fed. He's getting fed. So with that being said, man, it all boils down back to our training circuit. And this is a training in itself. David, did you text me? Do you want to go over that really quick?
Yeah, for sure. That is so good. So get in, get sold, get selling. Like Austin and I talk about this all the time. My wife and I were just talking about it earlier today as well. Like, WorldVentures is something that's worth getting good at. Like hopefully this call expands your mind a little bit, and then you come to one of our training events, your mind will really start to expand a lot more on what you truly could have your hands on. This, want to take a vacation, want to get a membership free, want to double my money back, and then your mind starts expanding from there. I truly believe this is worth getting good at. One of the reasons, because it pays you for what you start. I'm 29 right now. I know I look like I'm 22, but 29, I'm turning 30 in June, okay? And in our late 20s, we are still getting paid for work we did in our early 20s. See, most people live their entire life paycheck to paycheck because they work for 2 weeks to get paid and then have to do the work all over again to get paid again. Here, what you do right now in 2019 can still pay you in 2025, in 2030. It could be something that you pass down to your children. Like, that to me, I never knew average people like you and I had a shot to build something like that. This might come as a surprise to all of you. I can't sing, I can't act, I can't dance. I am never gonna make residual income unless I could do something like this, and my family and friends can do it too. And that's what I got so excited with. But I would tell there's a lot of you on this call, you've started to have some good success. What I would tell you is you have no idea how good it really can get if you keep your foot on the gas for a season of your life. See, anybody can get excited for a couple weeks. Anybody can have a good 90-day run. What can you do, and where can you see yourself 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, because this truly is something worth getting good at. My wife and I did this in our spare time for 4 years. You can do it part-time. Everyone's busy. I was going to school to become a chiropractor. Some of you on here pastor churches, you own multiple businesses, you're working multiple jobs, you have kids' sporting activities, your church obligations. We all have stuff. But if you plug in your spare time, this is something worth getting good at, because that check can keep coming more than what you do. See, what you do now, we're kicking a domino over. But you get to get paid off of all those dominoes that come down. And like Austin said here, let me just show you one last thing.
And I'm going to talk about the training schedule too, guys. Like
Perfect.
In the beginning, like I think y'all can relate to this while David's going. Oh, can y'all hear me? Okay, cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I know that some of y'all are thinking this, and that's why I want to say this, because in the beginning, it's so easy to think that like WorldVentures, I like calling it how it is, right? Like if you can't tell by now, but I used to think like, oh, like, you know, WorldVentures makes their money off of their trainings, and like that's where they pay the field and like all this type of crap, man. Like you guys gotta understand that see, some of y'all invite so hard. I don't even invite people to see WorldVentures. I invite people to meet the team. That's how I invite now. Well, what are you doing, bro? It doesn't matter. Come out and meet the team. And I just aggressively started inviting to the RTEs, to the Super Saturdays, and to the national events. May 18th is the next training. I said this last week. If you have to drive more than 3 hours round, you know, one way to get to an RTE, praise the Lord. You better eat that up, man, because there's nothing going on in your backyard. And you gotta go get your freaking tickets and see. Here's the nugget that literally changed the course of my WorldVentures career. I told Travis Just, international marketing director in our company, right? I think Travis was, I don't even think he was an IMD yet. I think he might have been maybe national marketing director. But I told Travis, I was so exhausted with going to the trainings, and I was like, Travis, I don't want to go. I'm not going. I think I'm going to skip this one. Something was coming up and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, why are you going to skip it? He's like, man, if I hear the invite one more time, I'm just going to, oh my God, like blah, blah, blah. And he goes, well, if that's true, why aren't you regional marketing director yet? If you're so good at inviting, you know, why aren't you a trainer yet? Don't you want to be a trainer, Austin? I'm like, yes, man, but I know how to invite and this and that. He goes, well, here's a quick nugget for you, Austin. He goes, you're not good enough at helping enough people yet. He goes, that's why. Why aren't you an IMD yet? Why aren't you a senior rep yet? Why don't you have your 4 yet? Why aren't you MD yet? Why aren't you RMD yet? Why aren't you making a 6-figure income? It ain't the people. It ain't the people in your organization. I promise you that. I promise you that. And he said, take your ass to the RT and learn how to help more people. I bought my ticket and I was at the RTE, and I would literally share that story forever. It's about invite people to the RTE so that they can meet the team and they can see the corporate side of this. They can see the bigger vision and see the mindset and the positivity. I know how I'm feeling right now, and it ain't just because me and David are training on this call, but some of y'all are feeling me like in here right now. Like I'm freaking hype right now because I'm feeding off of this, and the few calls that I make after this, they're gonna be like, dude, what are you doing? Or like, why are you, you're feeling like that, man. So that's where it stems from. May 18th. Yes, it costs money. Yes, I just told you one of my real estate properties cost me $2,300 in property taxes this year. That's overhead. That's the price that it costs to get to the national, not 2,000, but you get what I'm saying when it comes to costing money to get to that next level. So it starts from Saturday to Saturday, May 18th to the RTE, and then to boot camp.
Yeah, and so here, let me reshare. We actually have a really special surprise for everybody. For the 187 of you on this call, this is going to go down as something you're all extremely thankful you jumped on this specific Saturday. So let me re-pull this up right here. So again, next RTE, May 18th. Again, all of our training events, you can get registered at events.worldventures.com, and all roads lead to our Millionaire Bootcamp training. My favorite event of the entire year. There is nothing like it any other month of the year. It is just the most real, in your face. If you want to make something happen, here's exactly how to go and do it. You get to meet all the corporate staff, the person that started our entire company, our president, our CEO, and then the best of the best of the best in the entire world take stage at our Millionaire Bootcamp. Again, if you want to figure out how to really grow your business, if you want to really figure out, is this something worth doing, boot camp is where you really get to see it. You're going to, all the top 6- and 7-figure earners are going to be there. It's a ton of fun. It's always feel way more like a party than a training event. Obviously the regional training events are the same way with that as well. You see the heart of the lives being changed with so many different backgrounds. And like I said, you really get a just straight to it system on how to go and do it. So you can see some of our featured trainers that are going to be on there. Again, these are the best of the best of the best. And let me unshare my screen real here, because there's actually one.
Who we got training on here, David? Who we got training at boot camp?
So I saw there was a few people. We actually have one of those people that happened to hop on here today. And this isn't just one person. Let me tell you, Austin and I have had the privilege to get to know this gentleman over the last several years, who's a mentor not only to us, but to everybody in the entire company. This is the gentleman that has done something that no one else can even fathom usually being able to do. This gentleman hit the highest rank in our company, international marketing director. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 different times. The highest rank in the company 4 different times is one of the most sought after people globally to grow and teach people how to go and grow a business. And this gentleman, somehow, some way, multi-million-dollar earner, has ended up on our Zoom call here today and has been gracious enough to say we can unmute him and he'll share a few words with us. I promise you, this gentleman could be anywhere in the world, and he normally is. Probably is somewhere right now, but happened to take a few minutes out with us today. This is a gentleman you can hear on stage as one of the keynote speakers at Millionaire Bootcamp coming up in July. He is the one and only quadruple IMD $1 million earner, Mr. Jeff Bolf. Jeff, can you hear us, brother?
Woo-wee! Can you hear me?
Man.
Golly, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm telling you what, I've been on a lot of trainings. I don't know if y'all can see them. Those are called chill bumps. You guys freaking killed it. Austin, David, wow. Guys, I'm just telling you, we are part of something special. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes,
Loud
sir.
and clear, Jeff. Thanks so much for taking time to chat.
Woo! I tell you what, I'm sitting here in Memphis, Tennessee, and I went and had some hot barbecue yesterday, but I'm telling you what, I'm on fire right now listening to you two guys. I mean, that was spectacular. That was awesome. Nugget after nugget after nugget after nugget. And what I would just finish up with, and I just feel I'm not worthy to be on this call, and that's the great part about WorldVentures, is that you can surround yourself with people that are better than you. You guys are absolutely spectacular. Some of the best training I've heard, and I hope this was recorded because I want a copy of this so I could send to everyone. But you know, people want to be part of something bigger than themselves, and you know, this thing is getting really good. I've been doing this for 14 years. For the folks that don't know me, I come from an insurance background. You know, I get a lot of accolades now, but I appreciate it. But you know, I saw this 14 years ago, and man, I was broke spiritually and emotionally, and just, I was down and out, man. But I saw this, and this gave me my spark back. And you know, what I would tell you is I've never seen the company like this. I've never seen the company where corporate and the field were more united than we are right now. So guess what? You have an opportunity to take a piece of the largest pie in the world and change your life forever. Now, another thing I would tell you is that, you know, you got to get people to work the numbers, and y'all just went through it. Let the numbers be your friend. That's something I learned coming from the insurance business, that if I had to go make $1,000 in a week, I knew I had to show this many people. I just brought that same philosophy into WorldVentures, and where we're positioned right now for, you know, next 22 days till May 18th, are you showing 3 a day? You showing 3 a day? What I always say, it'll keep the doctor away. Focus on finding leaders. Focus on finding leaders, because when you're digging, when you're driving depth, you're taking massive action, you're going to find that leader that just shows up. And guess what? You don't have to look for them. They show up. They're doing the right things. They're at the meeting before anyone gets there. They're the last one to leave. They're the one that makes the extra 3-way call. They're the ones that do the extra presentation. And I focus on driving depth. I'm driving depth. I'm driving depth. See, when I bring somebody in personally, I'll almost make myself physically sick if I don't have somebody under them in 24 hours. Why? Because I have to show them that this works without them. Another thing, and I didn't know this 14 years ago, guys, you got to focus on personal development. You know, it's a travesty we don't have 2,000 people on this training this morning, because this is one of the best trainings I have ever seen, in 14 years. You guys absolutely killed it. But you want to focus on personal development. So good in, good out. What are you starting the day with? What do you know, I personally like to start with the Bible app because, you know, the greatest networker of all time, his initials started with JC. So, hey, he has the biggest downline in the world. So now why not learn from him? So, you know, get your spouse on board. Get your significant other on board and don't force them into it. Bring them along. That's kind of what I did with my wife, Cindy. I just kind of brought her along and she just got entrenched in what we were doing, man. Get them on a trip. Let them see that this is something bigger than ourselves. And, you know, the thing I would tell you is never quit. Never quit, because this company, this field, you know, if we look at the criteria I personally look for in companies and a lot of others, you know, right company, right time, pay plan, right support tools and systems, you know, right product, right company, right support tools and systems, leadership and legal, and you could throw training on top of that. We have it, guys. We will be the biggest thing in network marketing, and I know that's a bold statement, but I can feel it in my bones. We just have trainer after trainer after training. As you can see on this webinar today, the talent pool that we have is spectacular. You are at the right place, the right time. Again, guys, you blew it out. Thanks for letting me just see you train. I logged on this morning. I had my notepad. I got writer's cramp in my hand. Man, good job. Thanks for having me. Don't miss May 18th, guys. Don't miss it. And let's go for it. Let's go for it. And let's roll into $1 Million Boot Camp in Dallas, Texas, to an unbelievable place. You've never been to the Star in Dallas. You're going to freak. This place is crazy. And let's blow the frickin' roof off that. Let's have a 2-day wave that never stops. We did the wave in LA. Let's have a 2-day wave that it's just crazy, massive action. We're having so much fun. And we don't even get to the training because we have too many people cross the stage for recognition. So thank you for having me. You guys are spectacular. I'm out to the next meeting here in Memphis. What are you doing on a Saturday? Saturdays is where this starts. You get off to a fast start on Saturday. It just propels your week into Friday. Cash some checks. And baby, you drive depth and we can go to the beach forever. I'm out, headed to a meeting. Have a good Saturday. You guys are awesome.
Oh my goodness. Drop that mic, Mr. Jeff Bolf. All right, everyone. Wow. Again, you just never know what you're going to get on these Saturday calls. Appreciate everyone jumping on. Again, wveventreg.com or events.worldventures.com. Get registered for the May 18th regionals. Millionaire Bootcamp still has a few seats left. And again, how you start the week is going to determine how big of a paycheck you have at the end of the week. So open up a personal development book, listen to an audio, write your goals down, and reach out to at least 5 people so you can start showing someone, not tomorrow, next week, but right now today. Thanks so much for jumping on. Have a great week, and God bless. We'll see you next Saturday.